What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Dom and Pop DC Sports Talk Plus podcast. This week, you already know what it is. Super Wild Card Weekend. We're going to be giving you guys all the wild card picks. It's a Bada Bets exclusive episode. Get ready for it. Pop, what's going on, man?
The boys are back after a
The
little bit of
boys
a
are
break.
back. Yeah, back to the usual spread out. We had a little bit of traveling to do, a little bit of logistics to sort out. Commanders obviously gave us the week off, so we had a little bit of time there to prepare. But man, we're back at it. Here we are, Super Wild Card Weekend.
Love that butt kicking of the Cowboys, even though it turned out to be meaningless. I was proudly wearing my Washington gear through the Dallas airport.
Yes,
So
sir.
got a little pleasure out of that.
Yes, sir. You love to see it, and I mean, at the end of the day, I texted my commander's friends group chat about it, and I was like, you know what? It's never really a meaningless game against the Dallas Cowboys, and regardless, it always feels good to kick some ass. We're gonna have a whole separate, longer Commanders talk episode where we can get into all the implications of that game and how it's trickled down. There's some breaking news today
Stay
that we'll get
tuned
to
to
you
the
guys, of
end of the
course.
pod. Breaking Commanders news.
Yeah, we got our
Don't want to
Commanders
miss
fans
it.
here. Hang through the picks. We'll give you that. But we figure a lot of you guys here are going to be here for the astute betting advice we've been given. Both of us handsomely below 500 on the year, but we've been given just absolutely stellar betting advice. So we're here for our wild card picks. But before we get to our wild card picks, do us a favor. You want to win big this weekend? You want to get that FanDuel account looking swole like Dwayne The Rock Johnson? Hit that like, comment, subscribe for all the best betting advice, not financial advice, hashtag not gambling advice. Gamble responsibly, 1-800-GAMBLER. Hit that like, comment, subscribe. Support the boys so we can keep bringing you guys these great picks and this great content. So without further ado, first game of the week. There's a ton of headlines. This is probably the not the stinger. I'd say this is one of the more slept on games of the weekend. We got the Seahawks at the 49ers, divisional opponent. 49ers get 9.5 points. Weather is trash. I'm sitting here in California now, pouring rain, disgusting weather. So I could play a little bit of a factor. I just want Pop to know everything going into the pick here.
What are the
Who are you
headlines? Give me
taking?
those headlines.
Headlines: Seahawks kind of started hot this year, stumbled into the playoffs. 49ers kind of the other way around, started a little bit cold. And after two quarterback changes, we get to the boy Brock Purdy, who all of a sudden looks like Joe Montana, has taken the team over. And this is the hottest team in football right now. I think they've won, 10 straight, something crazy like that. They're on fire. A lot of people's NFC Super Bowl pick, maybe ours. We're going to do full brackets later. So 49ers getting 9.5 points at home. What do you want?
I go with my Hawks. Been riding my Hawks all season.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I think it's just a lot of points for what is going to be a pretty disgusting, slow paced ball, a lot of running kind of game. And I think 49ers are still going to win, but I'm going to take the Seahawks for
That's
that
what I
nine
think.
and a
That's
half
what I
point
think as well. I think Niners
point
win,
spread there.
but Hawks get cover the points.
Yeah, a lot of points there. Saturday, Chargers at Jaguars. Jags only getting 1.5 points at home. What do you think about that one, Pop?
I like Jags in the upset.
Yeah, I like Jacksonville too. Although technically, I guess seating wise, it is not an upset, but it's 4-5, so you kind of throw a dart at it, right? But yeah, I'm going to take Jacksonville as well. Chargers, obviously, a little bit of controversy there with the Mike Williams injury and Brandon Staley playing all his guys in a meaningless game last week, and now you're missing your big, tall, red zone threat wide receiver. But I digress. On the Sunday, Dolphins at Bills. This is another one, probably not the most exciting game. You've got Skylar Thompson at quarterback for the Miami
Woo!
Dolphins there. Yeah, Wu was right. It was down to their third string guy, I guess. At the Bills, Bills are getting 13 and a half points. What do you like there, Pop?
Two teams going in opposite directions. I think the Bills are going to cover that. There's a lot of points, but I go Bills.
Yep, I agree. A lot of points. This is what a lot of people were saying was going to be potentially an AFC championship game at the beginning of the year. This was looking to be an absolute classic matchup, maybe a new rivalry coming out of the AFC. But with all the unfortunate stuff going on with Tua, Dolphins have cooled down a lot. And the Bills are just, yeah, it's just a team on absolute fire right now. So I agree with you there. 13 and a half points to the Bills. Sunday, we got the Giants and the Vikings. Vikings are -3 at home. What do you like there, Pop?
Go Vikes.
I am rolling with my boy Brian Dable. I'm taking the
Woo!
Giants. I mean, it took a last-minute touchdown to Justin Jefferson and a career-long field goal for the Vikings to avoid overtime against the Giants last time they played. I think Dable is going to have a lot of tape on the boys, and I think the Vikings are they're just due. Like they've been winning all these super close games. They're just kind of due to deuce one. And there's always one big upset this weekend. I think it's going to be the Giants. Sunday night, Ravens at Bengals. Bengals -8.5. We're going to have, is it Huntley or is it Brown under
They're
center for
not
the
sure yet.
They're
Not
not
sure
sure
yet.
yet.
I mean,
Only thing they're sure about
Huntley
is
hasn't been practicing most of the week, and so
the only thing we are sure about is that it's not going to be Lamar Jackson. I know Taylor Heineke's looking for something to do this weekend, and he's right across the Beltway, so maybe they could make a call. But what do you think there, Pop?
yeah, me dispiace, Ravens insider. I'm sorry for this pick in advance, but I'm going riding with the Bengals. I think again, I think they're just that much better at this point, especially without
Yeah,
Lamar. I just can't see. Maybe the Ravens can try to keep it close, but and I know 8.5 is a lot of points, but I'm feeling
yeah.
Bengals.
This is another one where I'm going to zag a little bit, where the world is zigging. I'm going to go with the Ravens here. I think the Bengals win, but
Valdez got to you, huh?
I think eight
Talked
and a
you
half.
into it.
No, Valdez talked me into absolutely nothing. That 8.5 points talked me into something. Valdez, man, great analysis breakdown. If you guys haven't checked it out, he did a little bit on the B. Mitch and Finley show, but definitely got his fan goggles on for that one. I think all the respect
Matt
in the world to the
Valdez
guy.
of the Junkies. We love the Junkies, and of course B. Mitch and Finley as well. So just a
Yeah,
little shout out there.
all the respect in the world to the guy, but just an absolutely bordering on delusional breakdown there of how that game could go. So I definitely think the Bengals win, but I just think 8.5 points, that's a lot for Harbaugh. The Ravens are going to try and just pound the ball all game, and I think it's just going to slow the game down enough that that there won't be that big of a difference, even though the Bengals win. Monday night, Cowboys -2.5 at the Bucks. What do you like there, Pop?
Maybe a bit of guilty of going with my heart, but after we put a whooping on the boys, we ruined their season. And ride with Tom Brady. Tom Brady's undefeated career against the Cowboys. I think it's like
Yeah,
something like 7 or 8-0, maybe even more.
yep. Tom Brady getting plus money in primetime football at home in the playoffs. I'm slamming that. Absolutely. If I'm going to lose, I want to lose betting on Brady or Belichick. That's my philosophy. Because you bet on Brady and Belichick, you kind of go, what are you going to do? You gotta take that. So you're giving me plus money on the Bucks? Yeah, I'll take that for sure. Um, Going that way as well. All right, so that is your point spread bets. That is straight money, talking straight cash money, not to be confused with these brackets, which is straight win loss. We're going to do it NCAA style. Pop, give them the math breakdown on how we're doing these brackets.
Yep. So again, feel free to participate with us. Please give us your brackets. We're going to give you to the kickoff on Sunday. So Saturday games can be a preview because we know we're getting this a freebie because we know we're getting this pot out a little bit late. But it's 1 point for a first round win, 2 points for a second round win, and then 3 points for a championship win, and then 5 point bonus if you get the Super Bowl team right. So definitely put in your brackets. Again, we'll give you to the 1 o'clock Eastern kickoff on Sunday to get them in.
Yes, sir. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. For the first time today, our NFL playoff bracket. So, we got first game Jacksonville, LA. I think we're both going to take Jacksonville there, right?
Correct.
That's pretty easy. Cincinnati, Baltimore. We've both got Cincinnati. Buffalo, Miami. We've both got Buffalo. Not a lot to bet on the AFC side. Pretty simple. If you want to get cheeky with the points, rewind it, start over. We already talked to you about how to do the point spread. Philadelphia obviously gets the bye on the NFC side. Now we got Tampa Bay, Dallas. Who you got there, Pop?
I got Tampa Bay. I'm going to roll with Tom Brady, undefeated career against Dallas. It's going to keep it rolling.
I got Tampa Bay too. I mean, it's everything I like to bet on, right? It's pro Tom Brady, anti Mike McCarthy, anti Dallas. It's wins all around,
A
right?
first round
So,
exit would be just wonderful for the
yep.
Cowboys.
So Todd Bowles, big defensive guy, and you've got Dak been turning the ball over a lot. You gotta assume those two things are going to match up nicely for a Tampa Bay victory
We've
there.
wounded them. We've wounded them.
Yep, we maybe we've found a little chink in the armor there. Anyways, Minnesota at the New York Giants. I'm gonna start with this one. If you guys have been watching the pod,
Giants at the Vikings.
sorry, Giants at the Vikings. If you guys have been watching the pod, you know my affinity for a certain man named Brian Daboll, and I'm gonna roll with Daboll here. I think it took too much for Minnesota to beat the Giants in the regular season when they last played. It took a career long field goal from Greg Joseph, Minnesota's kicker, to avoid going into overtime. It took a last minute touchdown to Justin Jefferson. I just think you combine that with Kirk Cousins' affinity for pressure and how well the Giants are at just kind of making you F up. And I think we need one Cinderella in this playoffs, and I think it's the New York Football Giants.
Your love for the Giants bothers me, son.
I don't love the Giants.
I'm going with Captain
I like
Kirk.
betting on them.
He's going to avenge us as a former Redskin. Captain Kirk's going to get it done.
Fair enough. San Francisco at Seattle, another team I've been loving betting on all year against the quarterback that I've bet the most on all year, being Geno Smith. And I'm taking San Francisco there for sure. That's just
same with me.
Yeah, not much of a game there. It's probably already going on.
I think it's going to be a closer game than we think.
Yeah,
Hawks cover, but San Francisco wins.
Yeah, as we dictated in Armada, I think it will be a close game. But at the end of the day, I think San Francisco gets that done. So things get a little bit confusing here with the way NFL seeding works. Definitely, thank God we caught this on the first run. Am I right, Pop? We were ready for this. We came prepared. So Philly, in my bracket now, Philly will play the New York Giants because they're the lowest seed that advances. And spoiler alert, I think Philly's going to run all over them. So I got Philly there. In your bracket, I guess Philly would play Tampa Bay, right?
Correct.
So who do you have in that game?
I got Philly to beat Tampa Bay.
Yeah,
I think Philly's going to couple weeks to rest. For most of the season, they were the best team against the NFC until we broke them. We broke Philly. We probably broke Dallas. Hey, we got to hang our hats on something as Commanders fans. But no, I think Philly gets right. Jalen Hurts is a winner. I think Philly's going to win.
There you go. I like that. Righting the ship at the right time of the year. There goes Philly. And then I guess San Francisco. In my bracket, it will be San Francisco versus Tampa Bay, which I think is going to be a great game. Great game. I think this is going to be similar to Cincinnati Buffalo, where you're looking at it and you're going, damn, why isn't this the championship game? You hate that both teams can't advance, but that's the beauty of the NFL, baby. And I'm taking the San Francisco 49ers at home to get that signature win over Tom Brady, Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah, that'd be a good matchup. Tom Brady versus his hometown team, San Francisco 49ers. I think he grew up, worshiping Joe Montana and that team. So, but
yeah,
that'd be a really good one. I mean, in my bracket, it's Minnesota and San Francisco, and I'll pick San Francisco to win that. So I think we got the same AFC championship, Philly and San Francisco.
Yep, or NFC championship. Yeah, it would be Philly and San Francisco. Yeah. Philly and San Francisco there. Now let me Let me break something down for you, Pop. Philadelphia Eagles, best team in football, undefeated, 9-0, going crazy. Monday night game. A team comes in wearing red and white, an extension of red, burgundy, and white and gold. And we run all over their asses. We smack them. We beat them down. We break the Philadelphia Eagles. Show some weakness. I think that's the same thing you see here. San Francisco's coming in at home, going to kick some Philadelphia Eagle ass. Me dispiace to my friends living in Philly. I got a lot of friends in Philly, big Eagles fans, but definitely going with San Francisco there. San Francisco moving on to the Super Bowl.
Bringing it
Just
strong.
like we already saw it. History repeats itself, just like Carson Wentz. What do you see there, Pop?
I think San Francisco versus Philly. I like Philly. I think Philly's going to end
My
the Brock
Carson.
Purdy run, and Jalen Hurts, like I said, is a winner. And Philly, I think the home field advantage there as well. I think Philly goes to the Super Bowl.
Yep, my Carson Wentz joke bombed worse than he did against Cleveland. That was a shame there. Anyways, all right. So coming out of the NFC, you got Philadelphia coming out of the NFC. I got San Francisco. Now let's get to the AFC side of things. This one a little simpler on the bracket side. It's going to be Kansas City versus Jacksonville. What do you like, Pop?
Kansas City.
Yeah, got to roll with the Chiefs there. That's an obvious pick. Probably not going to be that great of a game. Now you got Cincinnati versus Buffalo. Couldn't be more opposite from the Kansas City Jacksonville game. That's going to be a hell of a game. What do you like there, Pop?
I like the idea of Buffalo Kansas City championship game at a neutral site. You said it's at Atlanta.
Yeah, Mercedes-Benz
it was
Stadium.
Atlanta, so I like Kansas City Buffalo. Almost be like a back-to-back Super Bowl situation in a neutral site there. But yeah, Kansas City Buffalo and the AFC Championship for me.
Yeah, I am rolling with Cincinnati and my boy Joe Shiesty. I love me some Joe Burrow. I got to bet on them. I think Cincinnati is they're super hot right now, and I think they're going to run over Buffalo. I think it's going to be a super close game. It's going to be a great game. One of those games that you wish could be the championship game. But yeah, I'm going Cincinnati there for sure. Now we got Cincinnati, Kansas City in my bracket, and I think here's the big storyline. Patrick Mahomes finally gets his first win over Joe Burrow when it matters most in the AFC Championship, gets his revenge from the playoffs last year when Joe Burrow knocks him out, and Kansas City goes on to the Super Bowl. Pop, you've got Kansas City Buffalo, another great storyline there. Who are you taking?
I like Kansas City. I like Patrick Mahomes to make it back to the Super Bowl.
Couple of homers here, picking pretty chalk. We got the 1 in the Super Bowl and the 1 on my side in the Super Bowl. But I mean, how can you bet? You can't bet against Mahomes and Andy Reid and the Chiefs, right? It's just they're too good. They've been too good this year. So Kansas City, San Francisco is my Super Bowl. I'm going to make it quick. I take Kansas City in the 2020 Super Bowl rematch, 28-24. Pop, Kansas City versus Philly in your Super Bowl. Who do you like?
I like Kansas City to win that 35-20.
There you go.
Bit of a blowout, bit of another Super Bowl blowout, but I think
that's a beating.
Be celebration of Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid, and we're going to see their brilliance in that Super Bowl game.
That's a beating. I hope you're wrong. Not only because a fun storyline there too, I guess would be Andy Reid beating up on the Eagles, his former team, in the Super Bowl.
That'd be a great storyline.
That's a fun storyline too.
Just seeing the Eagles get their ass beat in the Super Bowl would be awesome.
That's always a fun storyline. I just pray to God there's no NFC East teams in the Super Bowl now that the Commanders are out of things, because I hate whenever one of our rivals is in the Super Bowl. It makes it less fun because you really have a dog in the race now, right? And it's just you can have the night feeling not so hot. But yeah, this will be a fun one this year.
This participation. We're asking all Dom and Pop listeners to participate. Get us your brackets. You could put it in the YouTube comments. You could tweet us. You could send it to us on Instagram. But send us your brackets. We'll give you to the 1:00 game or the first game on Sunday Eastern time to get them in, because we know we're getting this pod out a little bit late. So if you want, you can take that freebie on Saturday. But get your brackets in, and we'll see who the Dom and Pop champion is for playoff brackets.
Damn straight. Please tweet us. We got our East Coast accounting department. He will handle all the math.
That's right.
He didn't volunteer, but if we want to get this done right, we got to pass that off to him. So yeah, tweet us your brackets. We'll compete. We'll we'll crown our Dom and Pop first annual playoff bracket champion.
You don't have to tweet it. You could put it in the YouTube comments if that's what you want to do. That's all good as well, as long as you get it to us.
Yep. Now, Commanders fans, stay tuned. We got a little bit of breaking news for you coming up right after this bracket, and it is juicy. Let me tell you that much.
Left hand up.
Left hand up. So, Commanders fans, if you've hung around long enough, we're going to give you a little bit of breaking news here, right?
Yep. Breaking news.
Get into the breaking news at the end of the episode. I woke up this morning, paint a picture for you. We got a little time here. I'll paint a picture for you. Went out last night. Had a really fun night. One of my good friends.
Did you get a little loose, son?
Nah. I had to drive. I was
smart.
responsible. I was responsible. Long drive home, LA. Got to be safe with that kind of stuff. Got to take care of my nonna's car, But did have a good time, and I woke up this morning still in the glow of a nice night out with my friends, and I see all this Commanders news, and I see a text from Pop that's like, it's a quote tweet. So you just see what the quote tweet was, which is like HTTC and a bunch of fire emojis or something like that. I'm like, what the hell's going on? And so I open up Instagram and Twitter, and I start collecting my news, and I see, I guess the report that I saw was per Grant Paulson, but he was not the first to report it.
Maybe, I was going to give credit. Jonathan Jones, I think, of CBS Sports is who everybody's retweeting. But then I did hear on the radio that Nikki Jabala of the Washington Post confirmed the report. So it seems like a real deal.
And she's great. Big fan of hers. So yeah, if she's confirming it, that's pretty
but that's confirming pretty what, son?
Confirming the dreams of all Commanders fans with the rational brain. Sam Howell will be QB1 going into next year. Now, I think that's a little bit of a stretch to fully confirm that at this point in the season. I think what Ron will probably do is come out and back it up a little bit. He'll be like, we're going to give Sam the opportunity to compete.
Well, let's clarify. Let's clarify the report. The report is saying this, actually. That as they're interviewing offensive coordinators or they're reaching out to offensive coordinator candidates, they're telling them to prepare as if Sam Howell's going to be QB1. I would assume he's still going to have to earn it. But, anyway, that's really the report that they're telling the offensive coordinators out there. He's the only quarterback under contract. It also says in the report they do want to bring Taylor back, and then shocker, sorry, EB, but Carson Wentz is gonna be gone. I think that's pretty obvious. It isn't going to necessarily be easy to re-sign Taylor. But anyway, reaction. How do you feel about the report?
Really, really, really happy. And I think another follow-up was Grant Paulson. Is he Grant or Logan? Logan, right?
Logan is the tight end. Grant is the radio guy.
Grant's the reporter. Grant Paulson. Okay, I knew I had something. I knew there was something tripping me up there. Reported that we're going to be spending big on the offensive line as instead of using the money on a quarterback. So that's great. We're going to not talk about all the implications of that, but that's my quick reaction. It's very exciting to see that we're going to go with the young quarterback and focus on building around him and giving him an opportunity. I really like the kid. Let's see where this goes. I'm along for the ride.
It's curious, in a couple of ways. I like it. I really do, and I'd be totally fine with riding with Sam Howell, and I like the idea of focus on building the rest of the roster and getting that quarterback on the cheap for a couple of years. And I think, it was only one game, but what we saw of Sam in the preseason, they've had a whole year to evaluate him out of practice. What the players talked about after that game, hearing Terry McLaurin's comments about the balls he threw, and we saw enough accuracy. I think it's going to have to be in the right kind of offense right? I
Yeah,
think they're going to have to do more RPO, more read option, running game, quick hits to the wide receivers and let them pick up that yak. And then the occasional deep ball. A deep ball to Terry in that
pretty.
last game was a thing of beauty.
It's
So,
pretty.
I think that it's not always going to be perfect or it's not always going to be pretty, but I think we can win with them. And then, it is a risk. It's an interesting risk by Ron because, he could, but we just haven't, he's been through that veteran carousel the last 2 years and it's crashed and burned on him. I like the decision. I really do. I think they are going to have to draft another quarterback,
Yeah,
right? Because even if it is, and they're going to need to get a vet. If it's not Taylor, they're going to need to get another vet
they've got
uh,
one kind
to
of. They've got
compete.
Jake. They've got Jake Fromm on the practice squad. I
No,
don't think he'll be competing for a starter, but I think he'll probably be that third backup, maybe the backup if
maybe.
Taylor wants to go get some money. But anyways, we can't help ourselves with the Commanders, so we'll sit here and do a whole nother podcast if we don't stop this now. We're going to give you guys a whole offseason breakdown. We've got plenty to talk about. That's probably coming to you in the next few days. We're going to record that soon. But for now, we wanted to keep this one a little bit quicker take on the Commander side, get you guys the breaking news, and focus more on the what everybody's going to be focused on this weekend, which is, in my opinion, the second best weekend of football of the year to next weekend, which is going to be the divisional
I
round.
tell you what we're
But
going to do. I tell you what we're going to do too. It's special because I just thought of this. We're getting this out a little late. We know all of you may not get to watch it. We'll give you to the kickoff of the first game on Sunday to get your picks in. So you'll
there you
get
go.
you get a freebie for the Saturday games if you don't get it in time. In fact, if you're smart, maybe you wait, watch Saturday games. I think that'd be a little bit shady, but we'll give you to kickoff on Sunday to get your brackets in.
There you go. And you know what? Come on. Let's be real here. These brackets take 2-3 minutes. This is not a complicated
Get it done. Get
situation here.
done, people.
Get it done. Watch the video, fill out the brackets. Let's do the thing. Oh, as always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys so much for another great week. I've been Dom.
This is Pop.
And thanks for another great week, guys. Look forward to many, many more.